Hi! We got Khaos again with another Archetype discussion. This time I am discussing one of my favorite archetypes currently, Raidraptors. Raidraptors is an archetype that is used by Shun Kurosaki from Yu-Gi-Oh! R5 series. They are all dark, attribute and winged beast type. So, first let's go over the main deck monsters. First is Raidraptor's Vanishing Genius. It just lets you spell another Raidraptor monster from a hand once when it spells one or a normal summon that turn. So yeah, pretty basic card, just lets you make Xyz plays. Then the next two monster cards are going to get released in Across the Souls. The Vanishing Genius is already out in TCG, but of course you can't really make a deck with only one main deck monster. So Raidraptor Mimicry Linus. It lets you increase all your Raidraptor's levels by 1, so you can get the access even to rank 5s, and its second effect is that when it's sent to graveyard, that turn in the main phase you can banish it to search for any Raidraptor card. So that helps a lot with consistency. So you can even search their own Black Whirlwind type card. Yeah, which is very nice. The next card is Raidraptor Impale Linus. Its first effect lets you change the battle position of a monster once when it's no one spells one that turn. And the second effect is basically like a very slow wolf pack that when you attack that turn in the main phase 2, you can plus one Raidraptor from a graveyard, so that effect can definitely help. Then the last main deck monster currently revealed is a V-Jump promo, unfortunately, so we have no idea when they get it in the TCG. And it is Raidraptor Tribute Linus. Its first effect is basically like a Armageddon Knight, which can definitely help because you can then just send Mimicry Linus to the graveyard so you can trigger its effect or anything else you need. And its second effect is a very slow and restrictive rank of magic quick play searcher, so if you destroy the monster battle in the main phase 2, you can then search for a rank of magic quick play spell card. So, and then you can't spell any other monsters but Raidraptors. So very restrictive and very slow, but it's pretty much one of the only rank of magic searchers. Aside from Raidraptor rank of magic, you can even search out rank of magic quick chaos if you want, because it's of course a quick play spell. Then now let's go over the spells. First let's go over the rank of magics. First is rank of magic Revolution Force. The first, it has two effects. The first effect is basically the basic rank up effect. You just target one for Raidraptor Xyz monsters and rank it up by 1 rank, of course. Then the second effect of this card is that you target one of your opponent's Xyz monsters that has no Xyz materials, and then you take control of it and then you rank it up to a Raidraptor Xyz monster. So it can be very helpful against certain Xyz monsters. Like for example, number 101. The effect of 101 basically fizzles completely if you activate Revolution Force. You can activate it against Castle, but the effect of Castle still unfortunately solves. And you can also use it against Target-Burning Xyz Dragon. Or you can also use it against Dante with no Xyz materials, for example against Burning Abyss. So very good rank of magic, I think. It has multiple uses. Then the second rank of magic is rank of magic Raptor's Force. This comes out in Clash of Rebellion, so you have to wait for this card even more. So basically when a Raidraptor Xyz monster is destroyed that turn, then you can activate this card, revive one of your Raidraptor Exismos from the graveyard, and rank it up. So yeah, pretty good. I think it's pretty much the first rank up card that can rank up from the graveyard, aside from something like the 7th one. But it's kinda hard to get off, unfortunately, because destruction doesn't happen that often anymore, like you probably know. So yeah, it's kind of situational, so I probably would only run one of it for that reason. Then there is a black vermin type card, Searcher. It's a Raidraptor Nest continuous spell. If you control 2 Raidraptors on the field, you can search for a Raidraptor monster from the deck, or you can get it from the graveyard. So yeah, very nice card. With this card you can make sure that you don't run out of Raidraptor monsters even after you have searched all of them from the deck. And you can search stuff with Mimicry Lanius. So yeah, that's very nice. And even with Raidraptor Tune with the second effect. Then let's go to trap cards. First is Raidraptor Readiness, the card that is already out in the 2G. It has of course 2 effects, one that you can use when you activate it on the field, and the one that you can activate it from the graveyard by banishing it. So the first effect is the regular effect that basically all Raidraptor monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. So yeah, pretty nice effect, but kind of mediocre as well. And the second effect, you can just banish it from the graveyard when you have a Raidraptor in the graveyard, and then you must make all the damage that turn 0. So basically like a Waboko, so you can make sure that you survive that turn. And so yeah, pretty decent card, but they will only run some, maybe like one of it in the Raidraptor deck. Then the second trap card is Raidraptor Tune. It comes out in the Clash of Rebellion set. And it also has 2 effects like Raidraptor Readiness. The first effect, when Raidraptor monster is to stop a battle, you can get it back, get the Raidraptor monster from the graveyard to your hand. So then recycle your monsters. But it's kind of hard to trigger, unfortunately. What the effect in the graveyard is that when a Raidraptor monster you control is destroyed by card effect, you can banish it, and then you can get the Raidraptor card from the deck. So yeah, pretty nice, but again it's kind of hard to get off, unfortunately. Like I said, destruction doesn't happen that often. So yeah. And the last trap card I'm going to talk about is Raptor's Gust, the counter trap for the deck. When you control a Raidraptor card, you can just negate or spell a trap. So pretty much like a dark bribe. So you pretty much can go off safely with this card. So it's pretty nice. Some compare it with Infinity Barrier, but since it cannot negate monster effects, it's definitely not as good, but still pretty decent card and helps the deck quite a lot. Then let's go to the Xyz monster. Of course, the main point of the deck, of the Raidraptor deck, is the Xyz summon. And of course then rank them up. The first Xyz monster I'm going to talk about is Raidraptor Forstrix, which is basically like a Gigant cross for Raidraptors or any Dark Wing Beast deck. So yeah, it's very nice. Basically we detach my Xyz material to search for a level 4 Dark Wing Beast from the deck. So very nice card, gives you consistency, and it's very essential for the deck because it's pretty much has generic requirements. It only requires 2 level 4 monsters, and it's the only Raidraptor Xyz monster that only requires 2 level 4s. So that's fun. But unfortunately we have no idea when this card comes out in the 3G because it was released in some special pack in Doshik. So in order to play the deck properly, we need this card. Without this card, the deck won't work at all properly. So yeah, hopefully we get it in a TG soon. Yeah, otherwise I can't really play this deck in real life. So then the next cheese monster is, of course, Raidraptor Rice Falcon. Discard the cards 3 level 4 winged beasts, which is kinda hard to do in the Raidraptor deck without losing too much advantage. And its effect is you can attack Maxis material to target one spot one's mostly opponent controls, and then Raidraptor Rice Falcon gains that attack. So yeah, it always will be like 100 attack points stronger than your opponent's monster, and it can also attack all your opponent's special summoned monsters. So yeah, that's pretty nice as well. But like I said, it's pretty hard to summon, so you're not going to summon it very often, and only when your opponent has like very multiple special summoned monsters on their side. So yeah. Then the next cheese monster is Raidraptor Blaze Falcon. And you're going to mostly rank up into Blaze Falcon with your opposed Manga Magic card. So yeah, but you can also summon it out with a 3 level 5 winged beasts. Of course, mostly not going to summon it that way. It only can happen when you have like 2 other Raidraptors and the Nucleonios to make them all of them level 5. But its effect is that it cannot attack opponent directly when you have exist material on it, and make it fixed battle damage. You can destroy one monster on the field, and you get detach one exist material to destroy all special monster opponent controls, and the opponent gets 500 damage for each monster destroyed that way. But this card is pretty powerful, but the problem with this card is its stats. It only has 1000 attack and 2000 defense, so you're not going to do with that card very much. You know, opponent doesn't have a lot of special monsters, and it's not going to survive yeah, for long for sure. But it's still a pretty nice Exis monster for a deck. And then the last Exis monster I want to talk about is pretty much my favorite one, and pretty much the most powerful in the deck. It's Raidraptor Evolution Falcon. So yeah, very powerful Exis monster. It requires 3 level 6 winged beasts, but of course you're not going to summon it that way in the deck. Just going to rank up to this card with either Astra Force by ranking up your Force Sticks or Rice Falcon, or with Revolution Force or Raptor Force by ranking up Blaze Falcon. So it's a very powerful card. You can attach one Exis material to attack all of your opponent's monsters once each, and then if this card battles your opponent's personal monster, that the monster attack and defense becomes 0. It's a continuous effect. So yeah, very powerful. And it has an extra effect that if it has Raidraptor Exis monster under it as Exis material, you can destroy one monster on the field and inflict half its attack as damage. So yeah, very nice card and very powerful. It has 2000 attack and 3000 defense, so pretty decent stats, kind of low on the attack side, but it does of course make your opponent's plasma monster attack 0. You know, yeah, it's pretty hard to be run over, I think. So I think this was all the cards I need to talk about in this Archetype discussion. I really like this Archetype. It has a lot of potential. It has a lot of search power. It's pretty consistent, but the problem is that it doesn't still have enough monsters it can use. It has, of course, 4 monsters in 4 main deck monsters only, but still, yeah, I mean, TCG we're going to only have 3 in the, yeah, when Crossed Swords is released, and we have no idea when Force Strix also comes out, so that really sucks. So not going to be able to build this deck in real life, but yeah, well said. So I hope you enjoyed this Archetype discussion. For now, goodbye and Arceus.